Bowen steals it. Rutherford, 2-on-1. Dokes now in the air, throws it up. Alley-oop, smashed it in. The alley-oop dunk. It's Rutherford with the finish and the flush.
You know what time it is. Scottie Nation, stand up and represent the Navy and Gold as it's time to let everyone know this is Highland Community College.
Haskins open look three, swish! Haskins from outside, corner pocket three. Redparth dead on three of his own, and he is straight cash, making it rain from outside. Holden Redparth with a little swagger after the three.
From the players who work hard and never quit.
Mason off the dribble, weaves his way, knifing through the lane and in. The bucket is good. Tavion Mason weaves his way through the maze of defenders again, and once more takes it to the rack.
The coaches who strategize and game plan.
From the soles of your feet, with every ounce of blood you've got in your body, lay it on the line until the final whistle blows.
And the fans who cheer.
Down low in traffic, high off the glass and in. Alonzo Williams goes to work, puts the hard hat on, grabs the lunch pail and does some work inside the paint. Rutherford with the steal. Here's Jalen in transition and slams it home. Yeah, Jalen Rutherford with the finish. The one-hand jam.
This is Highland Scottie basketball.
Welcome back to Ben Allen Fieldhouse. Mike Smith alongside with you here for tonight's second matchup of the evening for the Highland squad, as is the third game of the day, as it is the HCC Classic action happening, and Highland topping Graceland University JV in the showdown for the women just a little while ago in routing fashion, winning 138-21. The Highland men looking to improve upon their latest victories. They've actually won 3 in a row, and they won in a good victory over an undefeated Northwest Kansas Tech College yesterday, 87-83, a game which they led by 23, but had to hold on for the victory and hold off a comeback by the Mavericks. Now they take on a team in Graceland University JV here tonight, and we'll see what can happen between these two showdowns. Will the Scotties be able to continue their momentum that they've had here as of late and be able to extrapolate out more wins and success here with the action this evening? Starters for the visiting Graceland University JV, who will don the whites and the white shorts, white tops, gold numerals and letters, outline in black, little black trim as well. Well, they will have their starters of Jason Garrett, Jaron Zimmerman, Dylan Rennie, Garrett Schweinhauser, and Orlando Gonzalez starting for Graceland JV here tonight. Normal starting five for Highland: freshman Tavion Mason, sophomore Holden Redparth, sophomore Alonzo Williams, along with sophomore Trey Harvey. And there's sophomore Ryan Haskins as well in the starting lineup here today. Highland in the navies today, gold numerals and letters, 3-ball by Haskins, and in and out halfway down the cylinder. Williams with the offensive rebound. Mason tightrope walking the baseline, and we'll have to back it back out and set the offense back up. Tavion goes baseline, deflected and stolen. That's pickpocketed there off the steal by Nick Coleman. Excuse me, I said Jason Garrett was starting, but Coleman getting the start instead in that capacity in his spot. Around the world it works. Schweinhauser didn't play yesterday for Graceland University. Now nice little cut to the basket. Shot won't roll. Dylan Rennie misses that. Rebound collected by the Scotties. They're into the half-court set quickly. Left to right across your screen. Redparth, Mason. Mason's flirted with some triple-doubles this season, putting up numbers in every different way, shape, and form. Alonzo Williams, he nets the first field goal. He scored the first 8 points yesterday, did Williams. And Zoe celebrating his birthday today off a career-high 21 yesterday. 3-ball on the way. Rennie misses on short 3 that time, and skying high for the board was Ryan Haskins. A 5'11" Haskins going up for the rebound high on the defensive board. 2-0 Scotties on top. Redparth fires a 3 with a hand in his face. This one's too strong. Rebound Karam's back out. Redparth's trying to grab it. He does. Holden gets it up to the high post. Lost the handle in traffic. Williams comes up with it. Throws up the circus shot. And Harvey gets the rebound. That won't go either. And Williams is there. Johnny on the spot, able to put that one in. And Zoe with a couple of buckets early on as the Scotties are on top. Scotty's on top 4-0 in this showdown, and stolen away. Haskins now in transition, and Ryan lays it up and in. Good to go. 18:01 on the clock, 18 minutes exactly on the clock, and it's a 6-0 start to the ball game. And Graceland uses a timeout early as the Scotties up 6-0 early on the Scotty Sports Network.
Highland's new precision agriculture program was designed for the farmer or related farm worker of the future. The future arrived quickly. Today's agricultural work goes beyond the field and barn to the computer, the satellite, the drone, the research lab. Aligning all these aspects precisely for the individual, field, and crop is provided by Highland's Precision Ag program. Centered in Baileyville at the College Western Center, this program can provide you with experience in understanding and applying modern farming methods. Check it out.
6-0 run for the Scotties to open up the contest as they're on top. They lead this one over Graceland University JV. The Scotties on top 6-0. That's deflected from behind. Ryan Haskins, though, tracks down the loose ball rebound. And away we go to the Scotties into the half-court set quickly. Mason, high post. It's Williams. He hits it actually off the top of the bottom of the backboard. Harvey collects the ball underneath, and Trey's going to be fouled. That pass a little high for Williams and a little awry, but it took a little generous bounce for the Scotties off the backboard and it happened to fall into the lap of Trey Harvey. And Trey will go to the free throw line where he's 7 of 11 from the free throw line this year. Harvey shooting 64% from the charity stripe this season, and that one spins out of the hole. Trey gets another opportunity from the free throw line. 3 of the 7 games played this year, Harvey has had 7+ points, but he's also had some times where he hasn't been on the floor because of some foul trouble, but got fouled there and got a couple of free throws where he made 1 of 2. Makes it a 7-0 start for Highland. Coleman bounce past this over to the far corner. This one a fadeaway 3, no good. Mason skying high, showing some ups, grabs the rebound. Xavion can rebound as a guard very well. He does so with about 5 boards per game. Haskin rifles a pass to Redparth at the top of the wheel. Ryan now on the right side wing, fires the 3, in and out. That one shoots. And Haskins had a couple of good looks at three-pointers, but they've been about halfway down the drain and popped loose. Close to a steal, and it was. As Holden Redparth deflects it, comes away with the basket. A ball and a scoop shot layup is good. Holden Redparth with the steal and the bucket off the turnover. Redparth has been putting up some good numbers all around this season, and he's been able to do that with regularity this year. 3 ball with a hand in his face, no good on that 3 by Gonzalez. And long board tracked down by the Scotties. Mason stops on a dime, backs it back out, slices his way through the lane, does Haskins. Deep 3 by Redparth. Cha-ching! Yeah, that one is good by Holden Redparth. He hits the 3. Haskins gets the dime on it, and Redparth with the trifecta has 5. The team's 12 points early. Blocking foul on Harvey down low, much to the chagrin of head coach Jerry Cole and the entire Scotty bench, warning the charge call. But Trey Harvey whistled for the personal instead. 16 minutes and 17 seconds to go here in the first half, and it's a 12-0 Highland lead. Go to the free throw line for Nick Coleman, who misses the free throw. Coleman, second free throw is good as in that one there that time. 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. 1 of 3 from the free throw line. 1 of 2 from the free throw line overall for Graceland. That was their first 2 free throws of the ball game. Redparth in the corner, comes off the pick, fires the jumper, and pure. Holden Redparth from an 18-foot jumper just inside the arc. And Redparth scoring 20.4 points per game. 7 games played this season, and he started all 7. Double-double against Washburn JV. There's a turnover on the Yellow Jackets. Double digits in the previous games. Scored 20 points multiple times this season. And in his first game as a Scottie, had 26 against Barton, did Redpath. Williams, the birthday boy, gives it off to Haskins. Harvey sets a pick. Now it's Mason's hands that is the ball into. Redpath pump fakes on the three. Down low, near side block. Harvey spins up off the glass and in. Textbook play, heady play that time by the sophomore Trey Harvey, as he's able to cash it in for the deuce off the glass. And Trey averaging 4.5 points per game this season. He's got 3 here tonight. Picked up on the dribble, Mike Hosma. Hamza gives that off, and now it's going to be swallowed up as Schweinhauser lost the handle. Outlet pass ahead. Redpath takes it strong to the rack, but gets stripped. And away we go the other way for the Yellow Jackets. Coleman in transition, strong to the hoop, and rolls it in. Nick Coleman gets that deuce to roll in. The Kansas City, Missouri native for this Graceland team. There's a couple of guys from Kansas City. Nate Fitched as well as from KC. Harvey at the high post, got that deflected out of his hands. Couple of back-to-back turnovers. Outlet pass ahead finds Coleman, who scoops that up and in. And now it's 16-5. Back-to-back buckets for Coleman off of Scottie turnovers. Mason will stroll across the timeline on the near side of the court. Almost got his pocket pick from behind. Slices his way through the lane. Throws up the teardrop shot. And Mason gets it to go on the teardrop. 18-5, Highland on top by 13. Set the pick up towards the top, almost lost the handle, but keeps it alive. Mike Hamza. Coleman now will take it off the hands of Schweinhauser. Coleman on the Scottie logo, back towards half court. Shot clock down to 7, and Coleman weaves his way all the way to the basket, going through the maze of defenders, as Coleman has got 3 consecutive buckets for the Yellow Jackets. Redpath going to take it upon himself to go strong to the rim. (18-7) lead, and we'll go to free throw line here for Holden Redpath. Holden going to the free throw line where he shot well. Redpath performing well from the free throw line and every other facet as well, too. He's done pretty good this year. But Holden on the season, 88.5% free throw shooter as he rattles one in. He's only missed a few free throws this year. Kevin Perry, James Caldwell, and Dylan Owen, also Jarvis Johnson in the game. So 4 subs come in for the Scotties. Redpath the only guy that remains on the floor for the moment, as Jalen Rutherford's at the bench to sub in for him. So it'll be a wholesale line change, and Redpath sinks the free throw, makes them both. Holden gets both free throw opportunities to go. And with that 2 for 2 performance from the charity stripe, Holden, I believe, has 9 points on the night. 20-7 lead. Scottie's on top. And dribble drive move. Coleman will be fouled on the way to the bucket and take it out of bounds. Yellow Jackets will inbound it. And Coleman pulls the trigger. That one off the rim, no good. Perry snatches the rebound. Kevin averaging about 4 boards per game. Dylan Owen out to Perry. Rutherford down low. Far side block. Spin move. Nice play that time by Caldwell, but he can't get it to go, as it just spins out of the cylinder that time for James. James has been pretty efficient from the floor. He's shooting 85% from the floor is Caldwell. 12 of 14 entering today's matchup. Up to the top, Brandon McMains on the floor now. Coleman off the dribble. He's been looking to shoot most of the shots for the Yellow Jackets, and he misses again. Coleman has all the field goals made for Graceland so far. 20-7 lead. Perry shoots the jumper. Skying up for the rebound to collect that was Garrett Schweinhauser. So yeah, 3 of 5 is Coleman from the floor so far, with all 7 points for the Yellow Jackets of Graceland. And they get it out of Coleman's hands for the moment. Dylan Rennie off into the corner, double team on a trap. Little short range jumper from the baseline, no good. Rebound tapped around. Rutherford skies, grabs Jalen in transition. No real numbers, but he takes the glide to the basket and floats it down like a feather. Jalen Rutherford with the shooter's touch and roll as he floats it in. Schweinhauser was dancing around in the near corner, but it was wide open. Was open for a little bit, but then defense gets back and picks him up. Coleman sets it up. Now he gets up to the top of the key. Steps back, fires it back. Here's a deep three on the way, and that one won't go down. Rebound though wrestled down by McMains, and he puts it up and in. For his efforts, gets the deuce after that aggressive rebound after the missed three initially by Dylan Rennie. 22-9, 11 and a half minutes to play in the first half. And they go for the alley-oop, but that alley-oop had too much on the pass. Jarvis Johnson sends that one into the atmosphere. Substitutions coming in. Looks like Tanner Newberry coming in for the Yellow Jackets. Dylan Rennie remains on the floor. That was handed off by Jaron Zimmerman. And Nate Fitch. Fitch gives that off over to the corner for the three ball. No good by Newberry. And Highland makes it one and done. That time for the Yellow Jackets. Johnson to Caldwell to the top of the wheel. Rutherford pump fakes on the three from the left perimeter. Back out for Dylan Owen. Owen to Rutherford. Trying for the post, but Perry comes out of the post on that baseline. Johnson, a little shake and bake. Back out for Rutherford. Spots up for three, and he's going to airball it. Caldwell tried to save it, but Rutherford misfiring on that shot. 22-9. We go under 11 to play. Scottie's back in the half-court defense, right to left across your screen for Graceland. Come up to the top, that's Fitch. Up to the high post in the hands of Gonzalez. Back out to Fitch, who gets the picks from Gonzalez. Had an open look for Gonzalez in the three-point spot, but on the pick and roll, but won't go. And that goes through the five-hole of Gonzalez, picked up by Rutherford. 3-on-2, Jalen all the way to the basket, and good. Jalen Rutherford rolling to the rim. Count the bucket and one opportunity for the sophomore transfer. Rutherford coming from South Union State College, where he played last year. And of course, Fort Mitchell, Alabama native. 2 for 3 from the floor for Rutherford tonight, 4 points. He goes to the free throw line for the first time, and he misses short on that charity stripe opportunity. Shooting 67% from the free throw line entering tonight was Rutherford. Hand check foul on Dylan Owen. And this will even the team fouls at 3 with 10:24 left to play in the first half. Nate Fitch going mano-a-mano against Owen. Good help defense by Rutherford. Off to Gonzalez. Up to the free throw line. Back it back out. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Gonzalez now in traffic. Got blocked from behind by Perry. And kind of tossed around for a moment. Caldwell tracked down the loose ball in the air. Johnson swings it. Owen in the corner. Dylan, most of his field goals this year have been three-point buckets, but he's been cold as of late in the last few games. Fadeaway jumper by Perry short. And rebound snatched by Zimmerman. Out to Fitch, who brings it across the logo, works it to the near side of the court. Nate setting up the offense, goes up towards the top, and Rutherford just takes it away. Jalen in transition, gonna go up to the rim, won't get a shot to roll. He had Caldwell trailing, but Jalen took it to the basket himself. He got fouled, so he gets 2 free throws. And Jalen on the year, 20 of 31 from the free throw line, including his free throw miss earlier. 9 points by Holden Redparth leads the way. 4 points by Rutherford right now, but he's got 2 free throws looming. And Jalen tickles the twine there for the charity stripe opportunity. 25-9 with 9:35 left to play in the first half. Free throw up and good once more. Straight down the chute for Rutherford. 2 for 2 trip to the free throw line that time, and 26-9 lead. Highland on top. Around the world, they work it to the near side in the hands of Tanner Newberry. Newberry takes it off the dribble. Almost got his pocket picked by Johnson. Out for Gonzalez. Spot up 3, and that one's good. Gonzalez hits the trifecta. And that gets Graceland to double digits in this showdown. 26-12 lead for the Scotties. High post, it's Perry, a little pick and roll move there. Johnson runs over the defender, but Johnson's call for the offensive foul as the charge was drawn. I think drawing that charge was Tanner Newberry. Johnson picks up what is his second personal foul. So team fouls are even at 4 apiece as well. Graceland going with some substitutions now. Nick Coleman is back in alongside Mike Hodna. Also, Brandon McMains, Garrett Schweinhauser, and Orlando Gonzalez on the floor too. Rutherford comes away with another steal. Outlet pass ahead. Mason, Tavion glides to the rim and lays it up and in. Up and under move there by Mason. Good change of the hands in the air, and Tavion Mason gets a bucket. His second of the ball game. 2 for 2 from the floor, 4 points and a couple of rebounds early on. Tavion has put up good numbers all around and flirted with some triple doubles this year. 3 ball from the corner, nothing but nylon there. Mike Hamza getting the 3. Mason calls out the play. Caldwell, Rutherford, Perry, and Owen on the floor with Tavion. Bounce pass back to Mason from Rutherford. Owen off the pick, fires the 3. That one halfway down the cylinder, but popped loose. Good look by Dylan off the opening when he went baseline. Got free and got that corner 3, but could not finish it off as it lipped out. 28-15 with just over 8 minutes to play here in the first half. Don't forget, we'll have halftime statistics for you and break down the first half statistics. Also, have that Highland Stop and Shop pizza promotion for you. Half-court shot to win pizza for a year. We'll talk about that coming up at halftime. DJ Dokes, by the way, checked in at the last whistle and stoppage, so he's on the floor now for the Scotties. Under 8 minutes to play in the first half. Highland up 28-15. Graceland gets the inbounds. Nick Coleman had been the hot hand early and really garnered most of the offensive production for the Yellow Jackets so far. He is on the floor, but it's in the hands of Hamza at the moment. Hamza gives it off to Coleman. Coleman now with 2 seconds, fires up the deep 3. Got the good look as he got enough of a pump fake to settle himself in for a better look, and he knocked down a distance shot. As Coleman, pretty good shooter out there. He's feeling a hot hand. 4 of 6 on the floor, including that 3-pointer, and 10 points of the 18 for Graceland. You see Alonzo Williams, Ryan Haskins, and Holden Redparth checking back in. Mason and Dokes remain on the floor. Graceland possession, however, and it's a 10-point game, 28-18. Scotty's on top by 10. Brought across the timeline by Hamza. Highland's led by as many as 17, but up by just 10 right now. Redparth went partially for the steal there, but settled back in the defensive capacity. Hamza almost got pickpocketed by Haskins. Spot up 3 from Gonzalez, dead on, is short, won't go down. They're 3 of 9 from bonus distance so far for the Yellow Jackets. Coleman on the right side wing, about 6 steps behind the arc. He strolls back to the logo towards half court. 18 seconds to work with on the clock. Coleman all the way to the rim, and circus shot layup. He weaves through 2 defenders again, and Nick Coleman dissecting the defense at the moment with a couple of good looks at the basket, and he was able to roll to the rim several times. 12 points for Nick Coleman, and it's an 8-point game. Highland led by as many as 17. Up and under move, Alonzo Williams cashes in for 2. Zoe with another bucket on his birthday. Williams had a great game yesterday, has 6 points so far, which is second best on the team so far tonight, behind Holden Redparth with 9. Off the handoff, Hamza lost it, tapped out of his hands. Last touch by Highland. Zoe coming off a 21-point performance yesterday. Northwest Kansas Tech College against them. Good all-around numbers all around in that game. And there's a foul offensively on Graceland. This is going to be on number 25, I believe. Make sure I'll see. Yeah, it is. Garrett Schweinhauser picking up the personal foul on the pick, or the illegal pick, I should say. Also the 5th team foul on Graceland. Been pretty disciplined in the foul capacity over the course of the first half as we're under 6 minutes to play. Haskins gets it on the weave. He hands it off to Williams, and Williams called for a travel. Stepped his way closer to the basket. And Williams turns it over for the Scotties. 6 turnovers for Highland, 6 turnovers for the Yellow Jackets. So that's even in that capacity. But Highland is shooting nearly 55% from the floor. 42% from the floor by Graceland. They're 8 of 19. Highland 12 of 22. Coleman shakes his way free, gives it off for a 3 from the dead on top of the key. The 3 ball is good. Brady McMahon's hits the 3. McMahon's is the team is 4 for 10. McMahon's his first 3. Spread out actually. 4 different guys have made a 3 for Graceland. Redparth rainbows a 3 of his own. Up no good. Williams with a rebound and wrestles the defender away. A bit of a hold by Tanner Newberry, who will be issued the personal foul. Next foul on Graceland will send Highland to the bonus for the rest of the first half. Highland up by 7, 30-23 with 5:14 to play in the first half. Haskins finds Mason. Mason setting up the offense with plenty of time on the shot clock right now. Tavion just dancing around here to the near side of the top of the key. Redparth gets it. Holden goes to the free throw line. Haskins on the left side perimeter goes into the double team. Dokes out to Redparth, open for Mason. Mason calling for it. Mason goes baseline and no one there to challenge him at the rim. Tavion Mason went around his defender on the far side and rolled to the basket with ease. No one picked him up at the basket, and Tavion laid it in. Easy bucket for the freshman. 32-23. Highland looking to get back to double-digit lead. They'll have to have a defensive stop here. 3 ball up, off to the right, off the rim. Williams turning on the Jets. 3-on-3, no numbers, but Williams takes it anyways through the defense, and a foul. And this is going to be on Jaron Zimmerman, much to the disliking of Graceland people that have made the trip. But we'll go to the line for Alonzo Williams to shoot his first free throws of the ball game. Alonzo has 6 points and 4 rebounds tonight so far. 6 points for Tavion Mason and 6 points for Jalen Rutherford. Holden Redparth leading the way with 9 points. Flick of the wrist, free throw, touches most of the rim, bounces around and down. Finds the bottom of the cylinder. 33-23. The lead's back up to double digits, now at 10. Scotties have managed 13 points off turnovers so far in this game, but trying to get to, take advantage of a little bit more. But Graceland has steadied themselves a little bit, not turned the ball over as much. 34-23. Now driving the lane, open look 3 again. Brady McMahon's misfiring that one. Rebound tracked down by the Yellow Jackets. They get a second chance opportunity. Homza drives to the basket, off the back of the iron, and the little tailspin shooter's roll that time by Homza. And back to a single-digit lead for the Scotties at the moment as we roll under 4 minutes to play. 34-25. Dokes at the top of the wheel, off to Williams, and offensive foul. This is going to be on Ryan Haskins, away from the ball. Haskins' first personal foul. Haskins picking up the personal. Coming across midcourt, just across the timeline. Hamza gives this off. Newberry on the floor. Dribble drive move by Coleman. Deep 3 on the way, and it's good again. 3 balls are falling for Graceland right now. Schweinhauser getting that to go. And with the 3 ball, well, Graceland in this ball game. It's a 6-point contest. Highland led again by as many as 17 in this first half, but only up 34-28. And that is blocked that time. They do call the foul. I thought they just blew the whistle because it was out of bounds. Graceland's head coach, Quentin Canty, upset that they do call that on the gentleman who did get the block, Brady McMahon's, but McMahon's getting a personal foul instead of the block. Free throw up and off the rim, no good. Alonzo Williams misfiring for the first time from the charity stripe. Highland shooting about 73% from the free throw line. So far tonight, they're shooting about 78% from the free throw line. And that spins out as well, halfway down the drain, but can't get it to go. 7 of 11 now from the free throw line, so that percentage goes down to 64%. Alonzo Williams gets the steal. Williams bounce pass, finds Haskins. Haskins strong to the rack, but he misses short. And good opportunities for Highland at the rim. They just can't convert on a couple different opportunities in transition. Deep three by Coleman, and that did hit rim. I didn't even know if that was going to make it there, but it was about 4 steps behind the arc. And I'm not sure why he hoisted up that far. He didn't have shot clock winding down. There's still a lot of time left to go in the first half. Yes, you were open, but there's a reason you're open 4 or 5 steps behind the three-point line. Not many guys are going to shoot that. 34-28 with 2.5 minutes to go. Redpath steadies himself, and he gets the ball knocked away. Head coach Jerry Cole wanted a foul in transition. This will be a foul inside. The shot won't go, but Graceland will get 2 free throws. Coach Cole on the referees again about not getting a foul call on the other end on Redpath's opportunity at the rim. So we'll go to the free throw line after Ryan Haskins' second personal foul. Next foul on the Scotties will also send Graceland to the bonus, but just 2:23 left to play in the first half. At the free throw line, Garrett Schweinhauser gets that free throw to go. This is only free throw number 3 and 4 of the game for the Yellow Jackets. Haskins, by the way, checks out with those 2 personals, and see Jalen Rutherford take his place on the floor for the Scotties. Free throws up and good. Schweinhauser nets that free throw and the first 2, so they are 3 of 4 from the charity stripe are the Yellow Jackets, and it's a 4-point game, 34-30. Mason all the way to the rim. That's going to be in and out, and one and done for the Scotties as well. They haven't had second chance opportunities as of late. 3 ball from the corner. That one off the rim, no good, and tapped away, out of play. Scotties have seen their lead dwindle slowly down to where it is at 4 points. Graceland shooting 42% from the floor. 11 of 26. Highland's 13 of 26 themselves. Go to the free throw line here. Trey Harvey camping out at the charity stripe. Trey 1 for 2 from the free throw line so far. 3 points in this ball game, and he misses the 1-and-1. 34-30, and we go under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Highland's never trailed in the ball game and led by, again, as many as 17, but only lead by 4 as we approach intermission. Redpath knocks it away, picks the pocket that time, and Holden can't hold on to it. And down low, Rutherford cleans it up, count the basket, and Jalen Rutherford cleans up the mess inside. Holden Redpath with the steal and just kind of lost the handle on his way to the basket. Jalen Rutherford just happened to be in the right spot at the right time and pulled it in. Free throw coming for Jalen now. Rutherford set to hoist the free throw up. Bounces off the rim. Iron unkind for Rutherford. Jalen's got 8 points, but he's just 2 of 4 from the free throw line. 6-point lead for the Scotties as they're up 36-30 with 1:33 left to go before intermission. Off the dribble drive move. Hamza slings it back out. This guy's been hot from 3, and he continues to be. Brady McMains hits another trifecta. McMains has got some good length at 6'6", but he likes to shoot from bonus distance, and he nets his second 3-point field goal. I thought that was his third, but that was his third attempt. McMains had one. The other one, I think, was a pretty good-looking one that didn't go down. Redpath fires it in. Holden Redpath from downtown. Ring it up for 3 for Redpath. The lead back to 6, 39-33. Under a minute to play here in the first half. Around the world it goes. McMains now being guarded heavily by Williams. They got to get up in his face pretty quickly, no matter where he is. Here's a 3 from the right side wing. That is good as well. Dylan Rennie hits the 3. That is a 7-3 by Graceland. They're 7 of 17 from outside the arc. Highland just 2 of 9 from 3-point range. Mason's bounce pass finds Redparth. Holden's going to spot up, shoot a three again. That's too strong, and it's one and done for Highland. 3-point ball game, 39-36. And Graceland wants a timeout with the final 15 seconds left to go in the first half. Highland led by as many as 17 in the first half. They have just a 3-point lead, the closest that Graceland's been in the first half since the early moments of this contest. Graceland has utilized 7 of 17 performance from three-point range. They actually have 6 different guys that have hit at least 1 3 in this ball game, as Brady McMains has hit 2, and then 5 other guys have hit 1 3 in this game. They're shooting 41% from three-point range. Graceland is 46% from the floor. Highland's shooting nearly 52% from the floor, but only 20% from 3, just 2 of 10 for the Scotties from behind the arc. They are 7 of 13 from the free throw line, 3 of 4 for Graceland from the charity stripe in this ball game. Highland's dominating the glass 17-8, but the Scotties have some 7 turnovers that have led to some points off turnovers. Now 8 turnovers for Graceland have led to Scottie points off turnovers as well. Just 3-point shooting. That's the difference in the ball game right now of why Highland does not have a double-digit lead, as it is just a 3-point ball game, 39-36. So 39-36 lead. 39-36. Highland on top, but only by 3. Ball in Graceland's hands. Hamza gives it off to Coleman. Ball on the move, 6 seconds to go, and Coleman's going to be fouled. And Rutherford and Caldwell getting into a little bit of an argument. Jalen was frustrated. Jalen picks up the personal foul, and we go to the free throw line for Coleman to shoot a 1-on-1. 5.7 seconds to go, and Coleman makes the free throw. It's a 2-point ball game. And it could be a 1-point contest with the free throw make here. Coleman, by the way, with 13 of the team's 37 points. Flick of the wrist, free throw no good. Redparth grabs the rebound, 4 seconds. Holden throws it ahead for Williams. Williams going to spot up, fires the 3. Yes! He got it! Alonzo Williams hits the 3 at the end of the first half. The trifecta pushes the lead back out for Highland, but it's only, of course, just a 4-point contest right now. They put it up as 41-37 on the scoreboard, but I got 42-37, and unless they change that 3. We'll tell you about it when we come back here on the halftime show on the Scottie Sports Network. Highland in the lead in this one as they lead it over Graceland University Junior Varsity on the Scottie Sports Network.
Get all the latest news on Highland Community College athletics by checking out ScottieAthletics.com. From recaps of the latest game action, schedules, stats, player features, athletes of the week, and much more. All you need to know about Highland Community College sports at your fingertips at ScottieAthletics.com. Make sure to also follow us on Twitter at HCC Scotties and on Facebook.
If you have heard stories about college debt and what it is doing not only to the students who borrowed the money, but also to families who co-signed those loans, you may have concern about your own college future. Check out the difference it makes to attend Highland Community College before transferring to a 4-year institution. Going to Highland will save you thousands of dollars in college expense. Literally, you'll be able to start your life after college without the burden of debt that is impacting so many families. Check it out at highlandcc.edu. Highland Community College. From here, you can see anywhere.
Highland's new precision agriculture program was designed for the farmer or related farm worker of the future. The future arrived quickly. Today's agricultural work goes beyond the field and barn to the computer, the satellite, the drone, the research lab. Aligning all these aspects precisely for the individual, field, and crop is provided by Highland's Precision Ag program. Centered in Baileyville at the College Western Center, this program can provide you with experience in understanding and applying modern farming methods. Check it out.
Welcome back into the halftime mark here on the Scottie Sports Network. Mike Smith with you here. It is 41-37. By the way, I believe they made that a 2-point bucket by Alonzo Williams at halftime. I think that would be the case in that situation. We'll get the halftime statistics for you in just a few moments, but the Scotties in the driver's seat pretty handily early as they led by as many as 17, but the Scotties saw that lead slowly dwindle over the course of the first half, and in doing so, well, they got as close as a couple of points did Graceland with a free throw late by Nick Coleman made it a close ball game, even the closest it had been, but ultimately Highland pushes the lead up to 4 as we are here at halftime, 41-37. A lot of things are eerily similar as how they've played out, or maybe balanced each other out over the course of the first half when you dive into the statistics, but you look at it and you see that Highland is shooting 53.3% from the floor. Scotties are 16 of 30. They're only 2 of 10, however, from outside the arc, and they're 7 of 13 from the free throw line, which is about 54%. For Graceland, they're 4 of 6 from the free throw line, 13 of 28 from the floor, which isn't too bad, 46.4%, but they're 7 of 17 from 3. That's the big thing in this game, is Graceland has hit their three-point shots, and it's not been 1 or 2 guys. It's spread out as 6 different guys have at least 1 3. One guy has 2 made so far for Graceland University to be in this ball game here at halftime. Highland leading at 41-37 at intermission as the Scotties are holding off Graceland at this point. Highland does have the rebounding edge, but only by 3, 18-15, and assists 8 for Graceland and only 4 assists for Highland. 7 turnovers for the Scotties, 8 turnovers for Graceland in this ball game. 3 steals for Graceland and 7 steals for Highland in this showdown. Diving into the individual statistics, looking at the visitors first, as we have Nick Coleman with 13 points. That is a game high for Graceland. 5 points for Garrett Schweinhauser. Also 5 points for Mike Hamza with 5. 8 points by Brady McMains and 3 points for Tanner Newberry. Also 3 points for Orlando Gonzalez in the first half for Graceland. For Highland, they're led by Holden Redparth. Another double-digit performance by him, as he has had 7 double-digit games now this season. Actually, I should say 8 now double-digit performances this year. This is his 8th and 8 games. He has 12 points. He also has 4 boards and 2 assists and 1 steal. Alonzo Williams with back-to-back double-digit performances, as he has 10 points tonight. Williams had a great game yesterday of 21 points in that showdown in the win yesterday against Northwest Kansas Tech. 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 steals for Williams. 8 points for Jalen Rutherford and 3 steals. You also have 3 points for Trey Harvey, along with a couple of rebounds and a block. And 6 points for Tavion Mason, who has 2 rebounds and 1 assist. And 2 points for Ryan Haskins, who has a steal, an assist, and a rebound in the first half. So that's a dive into the individual portion of the statistics here at halftime, as Highland in the driver's seat, 41-37, but they led by as many as 17 in the first half and hold just a 4-point lead here at intermission. We'll come back. We'll talk about a special promotion where you can win pizza for a year here at Highland Community College. All you got to do is buy some pizza from Highland Stop and Shop and then come to watch Highland basketball. We'll talk about that coming up in just a little bit. We'll tell you about some other action too. The women's action earlier today. We'll look back at that contest when we return here on the halftime show. You're watching and listening on the Scottie Sports Network as Highland men lead at 41-37 over Graceland University JV on the Scottie Sports Network.
Highland's new precision agriculture program was designed for the farmer or related farm worker of the future. The future arrived quickly. Today's agriculture agricultural work goes beyond the field and barn to the computer, the satellite, the drone, the research lab. Aligning all these aspects precisely for the individual, field, and crop is provided by Highland's Precision Ag program. Centered in Baileyville at the College Western Center, this program can provide you with experience in understanding and applying modern farming methods. Check it out.
What is it that stays with Highland alums that make them want to come back and work there? Almost 40 Scottie alums are now Scottie employees, and that number increases every year. Highland President David Rice encourages and supports those who work there with a simple philosophy. You're hired to do a job, do it well. Supporting folks to do their jobs encourages them to meet Rice's simple but high standards. Consequently, Highland faculty, staff, and administration are all part of a supportive culture that helps each other do their jobs well. Check it out, Highland Community College, online at highlandcc.edu. Get all the latest news on Highland Community College athletics by checking out ScottieAthletics.com. From recaps of the latest game action, schedules, stats, player features, athletes of the week, and much more. All you need to know about Highland Community College sports at your fingertips at ScottieAthletics.com. Make sure to also follow us on Twitter at HCC Scotties and on Facebook.
If you have heard stories about college debt and what it is doing not only to the student who borrowed the money, but also to families who co-signed those loans, you may have concern about your own college future. Check out the difference it makes to attend Highland Community College before transferring to a four-year institution. Going to Highland will save you thousands of dollars in college expense. Literally, you'll be able to start your life after college without the burden of debt that is impacting so many families. Check it out at highlandcc.edu. Highland Community College. From here, you can see anywhere.
And welcome back here on the Scottie Sports Network. Mike Smith alongside with you here for tonight's action, as we'll talk about a promotion, special promotion going on throughout the college basketball season. You want to win a pizza for a year? Well, you can win a pizza a week for a year from Highland Stop and Shop, 707 West Main Street in Highland, Kansas, 785-442-3604. All you got to do, of course, is purchase a full pizza at Highland Stop and Shop, and when you do so, you'll receive a card that will be attached to the pizza box, and you can bring that card to any Highland Community College home basketball game, and you'll put your card in a box that will be drawn from, and at the halftime mark of, if it's a doubleheader, the men's game, if it's a single game and just a halftime mark of that game, they will draw a winner, and the winner that's drawn automatically receives one free pizza. But if you make a half-court shot, you receive a pizza a week for an entire year, courtesy of a Highland Stop and Shop. The promotion will go until there is a winner throughout the course of the college basketball season. Of course, you can find more details on the promotion from Highland Stop and Shop and Highland Community College for winning a pizza for a week for a year. You can find more of that on the details online at MSC Sports. Online at ScottieAthletics.com for the action. We look back to the box score from the women's game earlier tonight, a 138-121 victory for the Lady Scotties. A lot of season-high numbers for a team. Tied a season high with 91 shot attempts, made 18 threes, and had 35 assists on 51 made field goals, shooting 56% from the floor. Highland women win 138-21 over Graceland University Junior Varsity. They won in routing fashion. 138 is the highest amount of total points they've scored in a single game, as they were victorious here tonight to improve to 8-0 on the season. The Highland men looking to match the women tonight with a victory and improve to 5-3 in doing so, but they have their hands full against Graceland University Junior Varsity. Graceland down by as many as 17 in the first half, fought back in that first half towards the end, and were able to make this one a bit tighter than that 17-point margin. A lot tighter. 4-point game as we headed into halftime, and Highland just holding on to the lead right now as we gear up for the second half between these two squads. And Highland seeing 3-point buckets rain in by Graceland in the first half. That's really the difference in the ball game, at least in my opinion, is the 7 of 17 from 3-point range by Graceland. And it's not been one guy that you could pinpoint that Highland can maybe check at the 3-point field goal capacity. No, it's been multiple guys. 6 different guys have helped make 7 threes for Graceland to make this a 4-point game here at halftime, 41-37. as Highland still owns the lead, and they've never trailed in the game. But like I said, they had a more sizable advantage in this showdown that has dwindled down to just 4. 41-37, Highland on top of Graceland University Junior Varsity. Second half coming up in just a few moments here on the Scottie Sports Network.
What is it that stays with Highland alums that make them want to come back and work there? Almost 40 Scottie alums are now Scottie employees, and that number increases every year. Highland President David Rice encourages and supports those who work there with a simple philosophy. You're hired to do a job, do it well. Supporting folks to do their jobs encourages them to meet Rice's simple but high standards. Consequently, Highland faculty, staff, and administration are all part of a supportive culture that helps each other do their jobs well. Check it out, Highland Community College, online at highlandcc.edu. Do you want a chance to win a pizza a week for 1 year? Highland Stop and Shop is giving Scottie fans a chance to win pizza for a year. For every full pizza you purchase at Highland Stop and Shop, you will receive a card that you can bring to the Highland home basketball games and enter into a drawing for a half-court shot to win pizza for a year. Each winner drawn at games automatically receives 1 free pizza. Promotion will run until someone makes a half-court shot and wins. Visit Highland Stop and Shop at 707 West Main in Highland. Highland Community College surprises a lot of people. Generally thought as one of the smallest, Highland is actually in the middle of the 19 Kansas community colleges in enrollment. Its Highland campus has a real college feel with housing, athletics, student organizations, theater, concerts, art shows, an operating farm, and distinctive academic programs in its regional centers that cover the college's 9-county service area in northeast Kansas. Viticulture, enology, precision agriculture, diesel, construction technology, early childhood. Check it out, Highland Community College, online at highlandcc.edu. Watch all the action and relive games from the season on the Scottie Sports Network, your home for Highland Community College sports. Subscribe to the Scottie Sports Network on YouTube and stay connected to HCC Sports. And now you can catch the latest game action and special features on teams and players with programs like Scottie Sports Talk. Find links to Scottie Sports Network under the Fan Zone tab at ScottieAthletics.com and subscribe to the Scottie Sports Network on YouTube.
Highland's new precision agriculture program was designed for the farmer or related farm worker of the future. The future arrived quickly. Today's agricultural work goes beyond the field and barn to the computer, the satellite, the drone, the research lab. Aligning all these aspects precisely for the individual, field, and crop is provided by Highland's Precision Ag program. Centered in Baileyville at the College Western Center, this program can provide you with experience in understanding and applying modern farming methods. Check it out.
Ready to roll for the second half of action here at Ben Allen Fieldhouse. Final game of the HCC Classic as well, as Highland in the driver's seat, but only by 4. As they led by 17 at one point in the first half. That lead dwindled down by the three-point shooting. There's another 3 on the way. That one's off the front of the rim. Rebound tapped out. Haskins tracks it down. Williams now in transition. Alonzo goes straight up, and he's going to throw that one up, but he's called for a travel, and took a hard spill. And that one might hurt the tailbone the way he landed on his bottom. And Alonzo trying to walk it off right now. Williams is joined by Haskins, Mason, Redparth, and Harvey. Your starting 5 for the game, starting off the second half for Highland as well. Around the world it goes in the white unis, the gold numerals and letters. Jumper from the baseline from almost behind the backboard by Gonzalez is going to misfire. Mason strolls across midcourt. Williams over to Haskins on the right side wing. They feed it down the post for Harvey, who's doubled. Redparth thinks about the 3, now steps around the defender, takes it off the dribble, spins it and gives it out to Mason. Mason's bounce pass finds a wide open Trey Harvey on the far side block. Trey Harvey makes that one look easy. Mason with the assist. 43-37, just young into the second half. Nick Coleman with a strong first half. He led the way for Graceland, and he had double digits. And his 2 guys are in double figures for Highland tonight in Redparth and Williams. Down low, shot hoisted up and good. Hook shot's good by Garrett Schweinhauser. Schweinhauser getting that to go. 43-39, 4-point contest. Traded 2 buckets so far. Slicing and dicing, knifing his way through the lane. Mason misses, but Harvey's there to get the rebound. And Trey Harvey providing a great looming presence inside the paint for the board. Second chance putback opportunity didn't go in, but Trey will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. 64% free throw shooter on the season, Harvey is. Averaging around 4.5 points per game this season, and that one lips out of the iron for Trey. Trey with 5 points tonight. Looking to add to his point total with this free throw, though. Highland just 50% from the free throw line, 7 of 14. And free throw up and good. That free throw netted for a 1-for-2 trip by Trey from the charity stripe, 44-39. Highland looking to expand that lead back out, looking to make it a little bit bigger cushion for themselves. Corner pocket 3, in and out, no good. They've tried 2 trifectas and missed them both. Graceland has in the second half so far. Mason wrestled down that rebound, and then he throws it away. A miscommunication between him and Redparth, and can't afford for turnovers like that. And Coach Sherry Cole talking with his freshman point guard about how that play unfolded. Tavion has made a lot of great decisions this year. Of course, started in 6 games. Did miss 1 game this year. He didn't play in. 3 ball on the way. That's an air ball. Coleman went over the back of Mason, and Mason went down hard. I mean, Coleman landed on Tavion's head, and called for travel was Graceland, by the way, it was called, but Mason doesn't appear much worse for the wear. Tavion setting up the offense as he strolls across the Scottie logo at half court. And Redparth off the dribble, gets in traffic, and he's fouled. And before he shot that, actually he didn't really shoot, he was passing. So we'll take it out of bounds. Holden will pull the trigger himself. Team foul number 2 of the second half. It's the second personal on Schweinhauser. 17:36 to play in the game. They get it in bounds. Mason gets it off to Haskins. Back to Mason. Quickly rifles a pass over to Redparth on the far side. And then another whistle. And this is away from the ball. And it's going to be on Brady McMains, who was challenging Trey Harvey. McMains wanted an explanation on the call because it's his 3rd personal foul. Also the 3rd team foul. Redparth pulling the trigger again on the left side behind the basket on the baseline. Mason gets it back to Redparth at the high post. Holden has to back it back out. No shot opportunity there as Schweinhauser was right on top of Redparth, unable to shoot from the elbow. Mason all the way to the rim. He puts his head down, rolls to the basket, and it rolls off the iron. Iron unkind for Tavion on that shot. 44-39. Coleman's going to weave his way to the basket. Miss on the running shot. Mason gets the long rebound. Bounces it ahead for Redparth. Holden in transition. Scoops it up past the outstretched hand of the defender, and Trey Harvey's there to clean it up. Trey Harvey going hard at work inside the paint and cleaning the glass. Call him the garbage man tonight, cleaning up some messes down low. Trey Harvey with that second chance opportunity converted upon. Spot up 3 from dead on. It's good. First 3 of the second half is Jaron Zimmerman. Zimmerman hits that 3, makes it a 46-42 ball game. And Zimmerman with that 3 makes it 8 threes in the game for Graceland. He also is another guy to add to the 3. Floater is good. Tavion Mason floats it down like a feather. Little sweetest cotton candy shot there that time by Tavion. And looking at the threes, you have 7 different guys now that have made a trifecta for Graceland. Schweinhauser takes a deep 3 by Coleman. That lips off the rim. Schweinhauser tries to save it, and he does. Wow. Schweinhauser saves it off the knee of Holden Redparth. Holden can't hold on to the ball when Schweinhauser threw it back in off of him. 15:55 left to play in the contest, 48-42, and nice steal there, pickpocket steal by Mason, and Tavion rolls to the rim. He gets that, oh, I thought he was going to go down. It's halfway down, but it popped out, popped loose to the rim, and Holden Redparth gets the rebound. Mason looking to buckle down. Head coach Jerry Cole in his crouch over in the coaching box, wanting some good defense right here. Coleman jump stop, bounces that off Harvey's shoulder, goes back out here for Graceland. Deep three, Haskins, man in his face. Haskins was right on top of the guy, and Jaron Zimmerman still hit the three. Haskins frustrated on that because he was right on top of him, and what could you ask for? I mean, it was good defense, but Zimmerman just netted the three that time, and it's a 5-point game, 50-45. Tavion takes it off the dribble to the elbow on the left side. Up to the top for Williams. Alonzo fires the three. That rolls off the rim. Harvey with another rebound. Trey wrestling him his way up to the basket, and his second chance shot won't go. He shot it a couple times, and Trey is fouled once again. Harvey's utilized his size well tonight inside the paint with his rebounding. Trey has 5 aggressive boards, 8 points as well. One of his best games of the year. Trey Harvey back to the free throw line where he's only 2 for 5, however, but he rattles one in and adds to the Scottie lead. Highland 9 of 16 from the free throw line. Graceland has not shot any free throws in the second half quite yet, so they remain at 4 for 6 from the free throw line. Second free throw sneaks in over the iron as well. Harvey has a 2 for 2 trip from the free throw line, and a nice night for him overall as he was able to net a couple of free throws for Trey Harvey. He's the third guy to double digits for Highland. 10 points for Trey, 10 points for Zoe, and 14 for Holden Redparth. Graceland coughed it up on the turnover. It's 11 turnovers for them. Highland has 9 turnovers here tonight. Scottie's forcing about 18 turnovers per game on their opponents. In the corner, Redparth gets the pick from Harvey. Holden takes it now to the right side wing, off the dribble, throws the shot up, count it, and one. Gets the continuation, floating around in the air. Redparth in traffic was able to muscle that up and in, and Holden will go to the free throw line for a 3-point play. Redparth was 16. Redparth's averaging 20.4 points per game. Came into the tournament in the top 10 in the nation and in JCAA D2 in total points scored. And Redparth nets the free throw. He is perfect from the line tonight, 3 for 3, 17 points for Redparth here this evening. Timeout on the floor, 55-45. The Scotties have managed to push the lead back to double digits here in this showdown. So we got a timeout on the floor. We're going to keep it right here on the Scottie Sports Network. Scotties, though, having to fend off the hot three-point shooting of Graceland. Graceland was 7 of 17 from 3 in the first half. They're only 2 of 6 from 3 in the second half. So 9 of 23 overall. That's still 39% from three-point range. Highland tonight having an off night from outside the arc. The Scotties are only 2 of 11 from three-point range themselves, but overall Highland shooting very good, 53% from the floor. Scotties are out rebounding Graceland 26-19, so +7 in the rebounding margin for the Scotties. Highland has 20 points off 11 Graceland turnovers. Graceland has 11 points off 9 Scottie turnovers here tonight. 10-point lead for the Highland squad, looking to go 5-3 on the season. Good cut to the basket. Gonzalez converged upon by 2 guys, but steadied himself, got his guys in the other defenders in the air, and then Gonzalez had an open look at the basket, spun it down the hole, and Orlando Gonzalez got the bucket. 55-47. Mason working on Coleman, hands it off to Redparth. Holding now the top, little shake and bake, goes in, drives, and runs over the defender, who, for all intents and purposes, is actually going to get the foul. Took the brunt force of that hit, did Tanner Newberry, and still gets ticketed for the foul. It's the 6th team foul on Graceland. So next foul on the Yellow Jackets will send the Scotties to the bonus for the rest of the way. And we still have just a little under 14 minutes to go. Redparth off the pick, fires the 3. It's short. Rebound tracked down by Newberry. Long board went into Newberry's hands. And he brings it across the timeline. Went behind the back on the dribble. Actually kind of caromed off of his hind end. And a hand check foul. Head coach Jerry Cole was wanting an offensive foul, but instead it's going to go on Highland. Tavion picks up just his first. Mason, and that is also the first team foul on Highland. Team fouls, very high discrepancy in the second half, where it was kind of, almost even in the first half, and both teams got to the bonus, in about the same time. Here, not so much. Six fouls on Graceland and 1 team foul on Highland. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Over to the near side. It's Schweinheiser, and that's out for 3 by Zimmerman. Coleman gets the rebound. It falls out. Coleman gets another board. Comes from the near side block. This one off the backboard and in. Nick Coleman staying with it and was able to get it home. 55-49 with 13:02 left to play. Mason, Williams, Haskins, Harvey, and Redparth on the floor for Highland. Holden at the top. Now swings it off to Haskins, right side wing, down low. Zoe lost the handle, regathers, fires the shot, and he'll be short. Gonzalez with his hands in the air saying he was straight up, and actually without saying any words, just Graceland faithful, kind of got a little bit of boisterous on that play. We go to the free throw line for Alonzo Williams, the Olathe, Kansas native. 21 of 31 entering today's affair, and he's 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Make it 3 of 5. Alonzo with 11 points. Double figures in 6 games now for Alonzo. He's got 4 rebounds to go along with his 11 points. Holden Redparth with a game and team high 17 as Williams tickles the twine once more for the free throw. Williams gets that to go, makes it a 12-point night for himself. The other guy in double figures is Trey Harvey, his best game of the year, by the way. Trey just 2 points shy of his career high, 12, which he scored against Johnson last year. Haskins gets the steal. Ryan in transition. Good transition D by the Yellow Jackets, who set up in his zone. Up to the top, Redparth pump fakes on the 3, takes it off the dribble to the elbow, dumps it out for Haskins on the right wing. Back out to Redparth, 14 seconds on the shot clock. Haskins, that's past to Williams. Williams goes into the body, and that's a charge on Alonzo. Alonzo went right into the body of the defender, Garrett Schweinhauser, and Garrett draws the charge. Alonzo's first personal and only the second team foul on Highland here in the second half, compared to 7 team fouls on the Yellow Jackets of Graceland. Hamza dribbles it over to Schweinhauser, goes down, baseline jumper from about 15 feet, no good as it rolls off the rim. Redparth tracks down the board. And Holden off to the left side, spin move inside the lane. Johnson out to Williams. Alonzo back out to Redparth. Johnson now on the left side wing. Back to Holden to the top. Holden fires the 3, and it's good. Holden Redparth reigns in the trifecta, and 60-49. Highland back on top by double digits, and looks like Graceland needs a timeout. 60-49 with 11:39 to go. Highland on top in this one as the Scotties lead it here on the Scottie Sports Network with 11:31 left to go. 60-39, Highland leading over Graceland University Junior Varsity.
If you have heard stories about college debt and what it is doing not only to the student who borrowed the money, but also to families who co-signed those loans, you may have concern about your own college future. Check out the difference it makes to attend Highland Community College before transferring to a 4-year institution. Going to Highland will save you thousands of dollars in college expense. Literally, you'll be able to start your life after college without the burden of debt that is impacting so many families. Check it out at highlandcc.edu. Highland Community College. From here, you can see anywhere.
Get all the latest news on Highland Community College athletics by checking out ScottieAthletics.com. From recaps of the latest game action, schedules, stats, player features, athletes of the week, and much more. All you need to know about Highland Community College sports at your fingertips at ScottieAthletics.com. Make sure to also follow us on Twitter at HCC Scotties and on Facebook.
Coming out of the timeout, Highland on top by 11. 60-49. Mike Smith, the voice of the Highland Community College Scotties, with you here tonight for the action. As Highland leading this one only by 4 at intermission after having as much as a 17-point lead at halftime over Graceland University Junior Varsity. That remains their largest lead, 17, but this is their largest lead in the second half for the Scotties as they're up by 11, 60-49. Graceland utilized the 3-ball in the first half quite a bit, and in doing so, that got them back within striking distance. Foul call, that is going to be on Jarvis Johnson, his third. Team foul number 3 also. Inbounded to Coleman. Coleman went up, and that's going to be a travel. Yep. Coleman went up to look to shoot that, and he had to get rid of it. He didn't. He came back down, and he's called for the travel. You heard some moans and groans from people, and then a whistle came immediately after that. And traveling violation on Nick Coleman. It's just the 13th. That's the 13th turnover of the ball game, 5th in the second half for Graceland. Highland with 9 turnovers in the game, 2 in the second half, as we go under 11 minutes to play. Holden Redparth rolling to the basket and finger rolls it in. Holden Redparth playing extremely well tonight. 22 points for Holden. He's got 5 20-plus point performances this season with the one here tonight. Hamza hands this off to Schweinhauser. Now to Coleman. Coleman resetting the offense with the 13 seconds on the shot clock. Coleman gets the pick, drives through the lane, dishes this off the baseline. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Runner no good. Caldwell wrestled the rebound for a moment, lost the handle, but Johnson ends up with it. Jarvis weaving his way around, and Holden Redparth can't hold on to it. Outlet pass ahead, and Dylan Owen with the hustle play to get in there and break up a transition bucket opportunity. That was almost a transition bucket, but Dylan Owen hustling down the floor to break that away and break it up. 62-49, 10-10 left to play. Coleman, I could tell he's thinking another 3, but no opportunity to shoot that. Here's a 3-ball, though, from the right side wing. It's good. Rattled in by Dylan Rennie. Rennie knocks down the trifecta, the 10th 3 of the game. Still shooting 40% from behind the arc, 10 of 25 from three-point range. Highland just 3 of 13 from bonus distance. Scottie's not having a good night behind the arc, but doing other things to win this ball game. Caldwell down low, can't get that to go. James has scored, I believe, in every single game this year, but not scoring tonight so far for Caldwell. That 3-ball no good. Only 6 guys have scored for Highland, matter of fact, here tonight, 3 of which are in double figures, including Holden Redparth's 22. And he has 6 boards to go along with that. There's a foul. It's 1-1. This foul is off the ball. We'll go to the free throw line. James Caldwell, I believe, is the guy will go. That is the 5th foul, too, also, on the gentleman that just went out of the ball game, on Dylan Rennie. Yeah, Dylan Rennie scores situation up there on the scoreboard, had it on 33. It's actually on 23. So Dylan Rennie fouled out of the ball game. Free throw no good, though, on that 1-on-1 situation. And then there's a quick whistle here on the other side. And this is on Jarvis Johnson. This was Johnson's 4th. Yeah, 4th personal foul on Johnson and 4th team foul on Highland. 9:11 left to play in the game. It's 62-52 Scottie lead. They're up by 10. But not quite having this one firmly in their grasp quite yet for what would be win number 5 of the season. Looking to improve to 5-3 and also win for the 4th consecutive time. And win for the 5th time in the last 6 games. Coleman out on the logo, dancing around. Good help defense. Coleman, though, fires a three, and he gets it to go, even in traffic. Nick Coleman hits another three. And they're starting to hit some more threes here in the second half. Hit a couple as of late. And it's their fourth three of the second half. So now 11 trifectas made by Graceland. That's keeping them in this ball game within striking distance. Down low, Lonzo Williams muscles it in off the backboard. And a nice play there by Alonzo Williams. I guess they called that just a deuce, by the way, not a three by Coleman. So just 2 points on that last bucket, making it 64-54. So not a three by Coleman on that last jumper. In the corner, Hamza goes baseline, up and under, but he couldn't get the shot off. Here is a three. This one is an air ball and out of bounds. Nate Fitch misfiring there. Jaron Zimmerman back in for Graceland. On the floor for the Scotties, Williams, Mason, Rutherford, Owen, and Caldwell. As we go under 8 minutes to play. 64-54. Highland on top by 10. Owen gives it off to Rutherford, who slices to the lane, throws up the running shot, and it rolls off the iron. Coleman tracks down the rebound, and Nick just across midcourt he'll come against Rutherford. Graceland coach has been up from his seat, from his chair a lot in this ball game, or telling his guys the offensive sets he wants to see. Coleman gives it off to Gonzalez, just off to the left of the top of the wheel. Coleman now goes into a double team. Gonzalez fires the three. This one's going to be short. Rolls off the iron. Rebound tapped around, and Williams tracks it down. Here comes Alonzo in transition. Scoop over there to Owen. Dylan Owen fires the three. Too strong by the Queensland native. And the outlet pass ahead. No numbers for Graceland, though. Rolling to the basket. Blocked by Williams. And they get it back. Here's a three ball instead. And that one's too strong off the heel of the rim. Rutherford gets the board, and he's off to the races. Throws up the shot, no good. Owen tried to crash the glass, but he couldn't get the handle on a rebound. And we're back the other way for the Yellow Jackets. Mason's called for a reach-in. It's only the 5th team foul, so no free throws yet for Graceland. In the bonus, not until a couple more fouls on the Scotties. 64-54, 6:45 to go. Tavion's second personal foul. We see Ryan Haskins, Trey Harvey, Holden Redparth, and DJ Dokes all checking in for Highland. The only guy to remain on the floor is Tavion Mason, the guy that got whistled for the foul just a moment ago. Graceland here in the half-court set, left to right across your screen. Nick Coleman being harassed by Mason. Up to the high post, Brady McMains. He's had some good looks from outside. Coleman weaves his way through, and what a find by Coleman as he gets the assist on the bucket by Garrett Schweinhauser. And 64-56. Mason will casually walk it across the 10-second line. Mason gets the pick from Harvey, rolls it instead to Redparth's hands, Holden at the free throw line, back out to Mason, left side wing, Tavion in the paint, corner pocket three, Haskins, bingo! Haskins for three. Ryan Haskins knocks down the trifecta, just his second three of the ball game. 8 points now for Ryan as he hits the three. 67-56 for this one. And 5:48 to go. I stand corrected. That is actually just the first three of the game for Ryan, and he's got 5 points. I gave him an extra bucket because I thought it wasn't added in yet, but 67-56, 5:46 to play. And we go to the free throw line for Highland. Tavion Mason going to the free throw line for the first time in this showdown. Tavion on the year, 69% free throw shooter, rattles one in. Highland on the night, 14 of 22 from the free throw line. Don't forget you can see live statistics online, ScottieAthletics.com. Go to the schedule page for the men's basketball team. You'll be able to go down to the respective game, and there's a live stats link along with the live link to watch the games. But you can follow the statistics throughout the course of the game as well. 69-56. Highland on top with 5:35 to play. Schweinhauser just lost the handle on his way to the basket and lost it out of play. Dokes, Mason, Haskins, Redparth, and Harvey on the floor for the Scotties, right to left across your screen. Looking to improve to 5-3 on the season. Their 3 losses, all by 8 points or less, by combined a total of 16 points. The Scotties' 3 losses are: they lost to Barton in the season opener by 5, lost by 3 in the next game to Washburn JV. Mason to the basket, he lays it up and in. Tavion Mason to double digits with that bucket. Actually, he was already there, but he's now at 12. And he's the 4th guy to get to double figures with Highland tonight. 3-ball good by Gonzalez, not going away. Graceland is. They hit the trifecta, and we go under 5 to play in this one, 71-59. Gonzalez hits that 3. And that is the 11th 3 of the ball game now. Dokes from the elbow. That rolls around the rim. Tracked down on the board by Zimmerman. Pass ahead for Coleman. And Coleman sets it up in the half-court set. He gets it back from Zimmerman. Coleman takes it now to the top of the key. Up to the elbow. Spin move. And he gets pickpocketed. And ball goes off the knee. They blew the whistle. I thought it was a foul. But no, off the knee to kick ball scenario. We'll take it out of bounds, although Redparth, if he would have gotten that ball, would have been off to the races and going to the basket. There's a jumper short on that one by Zimmerman from about 18 feet out. Dokes, Redparth trying to feed the post to Harvey, who's posted up. Harvey gets it now from Haskins. Trey with a hook shot offline, and Dokes crashes the glass. DJ Dokes with the bucket, and Dokes' first points of the night stolen away by Mason. He's 1-on-4, so he won't force the issue, and they'll back it back out to utilize some clock too. We'll go under 4 minutes here on this offensive set for the Scotties. They're up 73-59. It's the largest lead of the second half for Highland. They lead it by 14. Led by as many as 17 in the first half. Dokes wants a 3. This one's going to short, clank off the rim. Mason with a rebound in traffic amongst the trees down low. Mason got the board. Redparth gets blocked on that shot opportunity. Here comes Gonzalez in transition. Never really had firm control, but he does gather it enough. And that was close to a travel, but Tanner Newberry dancing around enough to never establish his pivot foot. Back it back out, wisely set it up. It's down to 12 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Coleman. Coleman breaks free, fires a 3, and misses wide right off the rim. 73-59, 3:10 to go before Highland can call this one a victory. Bounce pass from Mason to the free throw line for Dokes. Out for Haskins. Back to DJ. One bounce inside the paint. Mason steps up into a 3. Little strong and nice tip by DJ Dokes. Dokes' great activeness down low leads to a couple of buckets for himself here in the last couple of offensive sets for the Scotties. 75-59, 2:43 to go. Coleman hands that off to Zimmerman. Coleman has 17. Nobody else in double figures for Graceland. Almost a pass that was picked off. Slicing through. That one's up, and it's going to be a charge. Good play down low. Drawing the charge, the freshman point guard from Hopkinsville, Kentucky, Tavion Mason. Tavion with 12 points tonight, 7 boards, 2 steals, and 3 assists. He fills the stat sheet quite nicely on a regular basis. 22 points by Holden Redparth, leading the Highland Scotties tonight. Alonzo Williams with 14 points, and 10 points for Trey Harvey. 8 points for Jalen Rutherford, 5 for Ryan Haskins, and 4 for DJ Dokes. And substitution timeout. Kevin Perry will sub in for Highland. Nick Coleman leads Graceland with 17. Schreinhauser with 9, and 8 points for McMains and Gonzalez for the Yellow Jackets of Graceland. Mason, Dokes, Haskins, Perry, and Redparth on the floor for the Scotties. Right to left across your screen in the Navy jerseys tonight with gold numerals and letters. Mason backs it back out. 13 seconds on the shot clock to work with and sets it up. Mason tries a little shake and bake, throws up a little fadeaway, Jay, and he misses. He's going to actually barely draw iron if he did on that. Nate Fitch will track it down. Coleman has it with under 2 to play. In the corner, McMains fires a 3. Kevin Perry, I think, got a piece of that. Nick Coleman got it, though, and put it in. 75-61, minute 42 to go. Mason just across midcourt, picked up by Coleman. Clock dwindling down. Highland looking like they're going to get a victory here tonight, up by 14. Redparth picked up his dribble. Got to find somebody to dump it to. Finds Perry. Perry along the baseline, doubled for the moment, lost the handle, and coughed it up. Coleman comes up with a loose ball. Outlet pass ahead on the floor. Mason picks it up on the seat of his pants inside the paint. Haskin calls for it, and then Ryan's going to give it off to Mason. Minute 10 to go, 75-61, Highland on top. We'll have the wrap-up of the final statistics for you after the ball game goes final. Highland looks like they're going to win this one, dwindling the clock down to under a minute. Mason going to throw it up. The circus shot's good. Tavion Mason with another bucket. He's actually now 2 points shy of his career high, which he had 16 against Ottawa JV earlier this year. He got 14 here tonight. Down low, blocked by Perry. He swats that shot out of the way. And now 39 seconds to go. Haskins tosses it ahead across midcourt to Mason. Mason content with just holding the ball, watching the clock dwindle down. Now the challenge comes from the defender, so he has to move. And we're down to 10 seconds on the shot clock, 22 seconds on the clock. Redparth pump fakes, and actually they call holding for the travel. So turnover by the Scotties. Scotties with tonight, turnover-wise, 12. Coleman comes across the timeline, hands this off into Fitch's hands, and Nate goes with a scoop shot layup, no good. Mason collects another rebound tonight, and that will be his 8th board of the ball game. One shy of his career high there as well. 77-61, Highland men victorious as they've now won 4 straight and 5 of the last 6, as Highland now 5-3 with a 77-61 victory over Graceland University Junior Varsity. We'll slip in a timeout. When we come back, we'll dive into the final statistics for us here for this one as the Scotties win it 77-61. Highland gets the win over Graceland University Junior Varsity here tonight.
Highland's new precision agriculture program was designed for the farmer or related farm worker of the future. The future arrived quickly. Today's agricultural work goes beyond the field and barn to the computer, the satellite, the drone, the research lab. Aligning all these aspects precisely for the individual, field, and crop is provided by Highland's Precision Ag program. Centered in Baileyville at the College Western Center, this program can provide you with experience in understanding and applying modern farming methods. Check it out.
Highland Community College continues to make college more affordable. Administrated by Nelnet Business Solutions, HCC now offers payment plans. Any student taking an HCC course may finance their tuition fee and main campus housing via one of 3 different payment plans. Choose from day, evening, weekend, or online classes with one great low rate. Associate's degrees and transferable classes with financial aid and scholarships also available. Highland Community College. From here, you can see anywhere.
Highland with the sweep today again as the Scotties beat Graceland University for the men and the women. The men win 77-61 to wrap up the HCC Classic 2-0 and are now 5-3 on the season and have won their last 4 games, and they've won 5 of the last 6 on top of it. Scotties had to fend off Graceland tonight, who shot the 3-ball well, but they were ultimately able to get the double-digit victory, 77-61. Scotties established a 17-point lead in the first half, but that lead dwindled down to 4 by intermission, and the Scotties led only 41-37 by halftime, and they would extend that lead though over the course of the game, winning 77-61. Scotties do get 24 points off of 15 turnovers, 14 points off of 12 turnovers for Graceland here tonight. Second chance opportunities were in favor of Highland, but barely, 15-13 in that situation. Scotties shoot 48.3% from the floor, 29 of 60. They are 4 of of 17 from 3 and 15 of 23 from the free throw line for 65%, while Graceland was 4 of 6 from the free throw line, all that in the first half. 11 of 32 from the three-point range and 23 of 60 from the floor overall for 38% in the showdown for Graceland. You dive into the other statistics. Highland out-rebounding Graceland tonight 41-32, and Highland on the evening, of course, had 8 assists only, though, on their made field goals. Individual statistics for you tonight. Graceland, 19 points from Nick Coleman, 6 from Jaron Zimmerman, 3 by Dylan Rennie, 9 for Garrett Schweinhauser, and 11 rebounds as well. 8 points for Orlando Gonzalez, 5 points for Mike Hamza, 3 points for Tanner Newberry, and 8 points from Brady McMains on the evening. For Highland on the night, 14 points, 8 rebounds for Tavion Mason, 3 assists and 2 steals. Holden Redparth with a 22-point performance, 7 rebounds and 2 assists. Ryan Haskins with 5 points and 3 rebounds and 2 steals. 14 points by Alonzo Williams on the night and 5 rebounds as well. 10 points for Trey Harvey, 5 rebounds. 8 points for Jalen Rutherford and 2 rebounds, and 4 points and 4 boards by DJ Dokes on the evening. So that's a final statistic look for the Highland men as they win it 77-61 as they are victorious for the 5th time this season. Highland men win 77-61 over Graceland University JV here tonight. Highland men will now have the week off for the action for Thanksgiving and then be back in action as they'll take on Northwest Kansas Tech again. That'll be coming up on the road, though, in Goodland on the November 25th date, again on the road for that showdown. That's going to do it for us here. Thanks to Carrie Fisher, of course, Brittany Ruse as well, and also, of course, Tyler Norman, Allison Cole, and everybody helping out to make sure that the HCC Classic went out without a hitch. And that's going to do it for our broadcast here on the Scottie Sports Network tonight as Highland men win it 77-61, taking down Graceland University JV. Thanks for watching and listening on the Scottie Sports Network.